Alright, homeboys and homies and homettes. We're going to start with two pieces of 4-inch 12-gauge wire. I cut them about 4 inches. Then I put a little bit of a bend in them because what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder them like this. So they're stuck together right there where they touch. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm going to do it a little bit uneven like that too. And yeah, it's going to be a cool ring. That's the goal. So I think right here first, I think what I should do is melt these tips so they become kind of round. You know what I'm saying? So that they don't poke anybody. Because right there, that's pretty rough right there. And I can file it, but I'm going to show you guys a little melting technique that looks pretty cool. So we're going to try that next. So right here, we got the two pieces. We got it on the block. Sometimes if I try to be responsible, I reach up for this little thing right here and just like that. Sometimes there's little pieces of solder, little pieces of sand. Let's see if this works. This is the love right here, baby. Throwing down that heat. I haven't done this in a long time, so I'm kind of rusty. So I'm trying to burn the camera down, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. See that? Got them on both sides. So I'm bending these ends back to like create a bow. Because like I said, what I want to do is I want for these to touch eventually and solder those together. So this right here, it's not real nice, so I sanded inside of these to make sure they're nice and clean, because you don't want your impurities from your fingerprints or your natural juices from your fingers to get all up in your mix, because then your stuff won't affix. Ooh, I'm a rapper and I don't even know it. Okay, let's go right here. We use some flux. This is gonna help. It's a bonding. It helps to turn that heat up a little bit. Take a look at that. That feels sitting like I want it to. Get a little piece of solder right there. Then we're gonna get another one. I look away and do this, and you shouldn't do that. But that's why when I look away, I try to put the heat over here when I look away, but still kind of close, so that I don't. One time I looked away and I had the fire on. I looked back and it was melted all up, man. I felt real dumb. I was like, yo, I'm not gonna do that again. Come on, baby, don't play with me like that. Where's my solder? So the solder balled, and it's on the side, and I don't want that. I want it to get down into the middle. Somebody's gotta help it. Baby, get in there. Don't be shy. There it is. Okay, don't burn the camera. So blam, you put it in the water, cools it off right away. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hammer this kind of flat. Then I'm gonna see if I can get my stamp and put a boom in there, so I could stamp it. But flat feels a little comfortable too. Then we can put our maker's mark on it, or 925, so people know that it's real silver and not phony baloney. People look at silver or look at a piece of jewelry and they look for the stamp right away to see if it's official, you know what I mean, like a military missile. And if they don't see that 925 on there or sterling silver stamp, they're not sure if it's real silver. Somebody who's like in the game, and you know, like I can look at something and tell if it's real silver or not, but some people can't. And you got to have that stamp on there. And I have a few pieces out there that don't have a stamp, because they're so small I couldn't put a stamp on it. Or maybe it was so early in my game I didn't even have a sterling silver 925 stamp yet. Because some of my early stuff I just put boom on it. I didn't even stamp it because I was too early in the game to have ordered my stamp yet. You know what I'm saying? Alright guys, right here, I'm gonna try to hammer this right here. The goal is to just hit it as flat as you can. I did a pretty good job right there, actually. Just hit it on the other side a little bit. One thing I could do right here if I wanted to is I could put this back under the heat and it will anneal it and it makes it soft again. But I'm pretty happy with that, so I think I'm gonna go with that. Alright, so this is my pickling pot. It's just a little pickling pot that I bought at the Segunda for like $5 probably. Copper tongs. I didn't leave it in there very long and didn't get that clean, so see that? Yellow will. Okay, so I beat up on it pretty good, so I'm gonna have to do some filing on it, and just work with the file and just get it nice and smooth. Look at that! Look at that! Got that smooth just with sandpaper. Gotta have them sandpaper fingers. Work on them fingers was getting there. I think I might try to do a stamp on it and see what's up. I've done this before. It's a little goofy, but it's cool. B. O-M. And I've been like to put the 925 right underneath the O. But I think the 925 under the O is kind of like a cool look. It's not perfect, but it never is. Blam, kids! Alright, I think we're getting close to time to bend. Alright, man, so right here, this is about time to bend it. So we're just going to give it one of these numbers. It's hard to do it so you guys can see it, but basically just like this. Hold the camera. You know, we look awesome like this. See these ones? So that right there is pretty. Just slowly, just kind of work it with your thumb. Struggling, friends, I'm struggling. Okay, so that right there, you can see that's a size 8.5. Depends on like I'm not making this for anybody specific, but I'm gonna make this one probably about size 8.5. I think that looks good. So that's the first part, and then I get this. And I basically just go like one of these numbers. As tight as you want them, you know what I'm saying? Switch it up, you know what I'm saying? See? Now I'm starting to look a little smarter.